Ba-dum bum ba-dum bum bum.
Wow.
Dun 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 dun. I don't know if I'm doing Muppet song or I was doing
Me, me,
Muppet
me, me,
song,
me, me, me.
and then I tangented into Super Mario Brothers. How's it going, my friend?
Oh, it's going fantastic. It's been kind of a lazy day weekend kind of deal, and took some time off, right? So yeah,
Nice.
so we went up to Cape Cod and we're doing some stuff and hanging out with the family and doing all that. So good vacation, and of course it only took me a couple days to lose all the refreshment I got from the vacation. So you know how that goes.
That's right.
But it's
I don't because I've been laid off, but so
well, I
you
was
know,
just about to say first world problems, right? I mean, it's
yeah.
the privilege has its privilege, I guess.
What I need is a
Um,
vacation from my vacation.
there you go. I feel like there's a song there, like
That's
it's
right.
maybe Willie Nelson, maybe,
Something like that.
something
Uh,
like that.
something
Yeah.
like that
So
there.
anyway, it's something like that. There, getting old dang old truck and click click click. Um, all right.
Uh, so hey, we're
So
gonna do
we're
a reaction this time, right?
yeah, and just a quick happy birthday, my friend.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So you're getting older, fucker.
God damn. Is it? We're now in that part of the year where we're the same age. So fuck you, because you're older than me.
Oh man, you had to remind me. Okay, all right.
Okay.
So yeah, so we're gonna do a little show and tell, and I think I hinted at this one of the last times we were on. It's so it's not necessarily like a reaction video. I mean, I guess it
Hmm.
could be like, and it's a little bit more in my style because doing the videos I feel like is definitely more your wheelhouse. So this is going to be a little snapshot of the past. So you remember back in the day, we would gather around our radios and we'd listen to Casey Kasem Top 40 or the Dick
Casey
Clark Show
Kasem,
or
top
Casey
40.
counting down the top 40. And so basically there were two or three programs that would run nationwide, and that was the deal. Like that's where, before MTV or any of these shows were a thing, you could only get your new music from so many places, and the radio was the primary one, right? Like you would go there and you try to hear new songs that were coming on or whatever. But one of the cool things was these countdown shows. I mean, sure, later on in life you learned that it was all run by the producers and the companies, and it ruined the whole thing. But it was still really cool because you
Yeah,
got to hear new songs or whatever that were being promoted. So,
that's right.
what I want to share here is I've got one of these albums. This is what the promo companies would send out to the radio stations.
Nice.
So I didn't know this back in the day, but I thought those shows were live. I thought
Right.
that they were actually broadcasting those at the time, and they weren't. They were pre-recorded, and they were pressed
Right.
on vinyl, right? So imagine, just think about this process where they press these all out on vinyl in
Right.
several different locations, and then they ship them out. So I can tell
Right.
you that a couple of the locations here were Washington D.C., Dallas, and Los Angeles. I mean, LA, of course, right? But
Right.
so I'm wondering, I'm gonna have to do some research on this, but I'm pretty sure that there was like a really famous pressing place in DC back in the day. But what's kind of interesting is that they say it's Washington DC, but the number is a 703 number, which is Virginia.
Right.
So that's kind of interesting. So anyway, I want to like pop through and just kind of take a walk through this, right? So this,
This is
you
awesome.
open this thing up, right, and you got these albums and these basic paper sleeves. So coming in here, looking at this, and I'm just gonna pull one of these bad boys out. So I mean, it's got some vomit on here. You got some scratches. If you look at that, I mean, these things are not in the greatest shape, and the
Right.
vinyl is a really, really thin vinyl, right?
Right.
It's not like heavy gram pressing or anything like that.
It's
These
not
things are
meant to
just
be
made to go.
durable. Yeah.
Exactly. And
But we
what's
don't have
also
the
interesting,
internet, so this is how we get the new music out to you.
exactly. So this is, I'm gonna go more into the details here in a second, but so you can see here, weekend of October 23rd, 1982, hour one, side one. So this came with 3 hours of programming,
Hmm.
and it got broken down. I'm going to read, I'm not going to read like verbatim, but I'm going to
Hmm.
read a little bit of the kit that came along with this. So you ended up with, what is this? 6, 7, 8 records. So it was a 3 hour block. So the radio station, they were given parameters. They'd say, okay, you can run this on any one of these dates, but it has to be run in its entirety. And so here we go. Here's some promotional material and some information. This is from the Mutual Programming Department. The triple clearinghouse stations, and look at this like disco picture. This is like,
Nice.
you know, and then of course they've got
The
their letterhead because
halftones,
that's
the
super
halftone
important, right?
glasses.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Like that, little Roy Orbison thing happening up
That's
on that
right.
guy right there. So, Mutual Broadcasting System. It's a Dick Clark National Music Survey for clearing stations. So, yeah, this is the date. So encloses your Mutual's copy of the Dick Clark Music Survey. The discs are produced in stereo.
Hmm.
Look out. For a total. The commercial schedule is included on the format sheet. So they had their own commercial schedule for these programs. So
Right.
like Hubba Bubba Bubblegum. They'd already
Right.
purchased their like 3 spots for the 3 hours, and
Right.
they were baked into the vinyl. But what they would do for the radio stations is they would give them a script basically, and I'll show that in a second. And it says, at the end of this Hubba Bubba ad, it's a cold stop, and you've got 30 seconds from there, right?
Right.
But they do even more than that. They say, during these spots, the music will pod down and you'll have 15 seconds for station identification, or things of that nature. So it felt very organic, right?
Hmm.
Because you would have the DJ there at the radio station, and he would be reading along with the script, and as soon as Dick Clark could be like, and now we're going to pause for blah blah blah, and then the DJ would come on and be, all right everybody, it's hot 95.5, we're coming at you hot from our towers downtown in Washington DC, everybody, and it's doing the whole thing. So anyway, so station notes following the closing segment. You're going to get 30 seconds for promotional announcements. There's a locked band between the program and the blah blah blah. So it's just a little bit of each one has its own like special notes for that particular program. But then you come in here and you've got program segment 1, and it gives you the running time. And it tells you that it's "I Need You" by Paul Carrack, and it's ranked at number 30. And then the feature is none. The network position, out cue to standard position, station position. So then you got Maxwell House, and there's going to be a 60-second ad. And then the jingle, it ends cold, and it's
Right.
60 seconds. Then you've got Maxwell House, 5-second outro, Activision, 5-second outro, Delco Electronics,
Right.
50 seconds, right? So it goes through each one, and I've got a couple of variations of this. And what was cool is I got these when I lived in Bellingham, Washington for a little while, and
Right.
there's this little record shop, and I got to know the guy pretty well because I would
That's
always be in there.
Washington State, just for the viewers at home.
What? Yes, Washington State. Yeah, yeah. So that's on the west coast of the United States. So I got to know the guy pretty well, and I would go in there everyone, and I'd always go in and I'd bug him, like every week. Excuse me, sir. Do you have any more Smiths albums? And he'd be like, "No, you stupid kid. I still don't have any. It's been months. Leave me alone." So, but
Morrissey's
I would
dead
go in there.
already, for Christ's sake.
He's dead. He's dead. I killed him. Yeah. So, yeah. So we got to be kind of, pals,
That's fun.
acquaintances and whatever.
That's
And
great.
so he was like, "Hey, are you interested in blah blah blah?" And I'm like, "Yeah, this that this maybe that maybe not so much." And he's like, "All right." So he started pulling out some crates from the back, and he pulled out some of these, and I was like, "Oh." Like I said, I was like, I didn't know that was even a thing. Like I thought that this is all live broadcast and distributed, whatever. So I bought 3 or 4 of these. And I think I have. It's not just Dick Clark. It's one other. It's not Casey Kasem, but there's another one that was a big deal. Um, so yeah. So anyway, there's
That's
yeah,
really
because
cool.
the reason why I know that there's a different one is because the script, the one for the, and I'll remember it at some point. But the other one, the how it's like scripted out is linear, like for
Right.
everything. Like it's just one straight read through, and then it's like it tells you when you have your station breaks and everything, so you know when to come in and do all that good stuff. But so one cool thing here is, so not only did you participate in this program, but then they would send you this self-addressed business reply card. And the idea is that when you're done playing these albums,
Right.
you ship them back. You don't
Right.
get to keep them.
Right.
So they probably destroyed them all or whatever. But
Right.
whatever naughty radio station, it was probably a Bellingham radio station. It could have been from
Right.
Seattle, I guess. But
Yeah.
probably a naughty radio programmer, and they're just like, we're not shipping any of that stuff back. Like whatever, I can't be bothered.
Yeah.
So anyway, and I've got a note here. hour 2, side 1, last listened to. So this is when I'm listening to it with my girls because we had a turntable in the living room.
Right.
So we'd pop it in and we listen to our Casey Kasem's top 40 and listen to some old music. So it's an even weirder version of like the K-Tel albums, which I know we've
Hmm.
talked about in other episodes, right? Like
Right.
those are compilations and they're basically promos of bands and
Hmm.
today's top hits. You know.
Well, it was
So
like the
anyway,
whole thing, right? Like you had a whole
yeah,
cottage industry of like people sending out mix of various sorts, mixes and collections, right? Because that
yeah,
used to be the whole thing, is like not getting the music to people, um, which now we have kind of solved with streaming,
right,
and with
yeah,
with big libraries and all that. But the problem wasn't just getting it out to them; it's also curation, right?
right,
Like what's
yep,
actually good, and also what do we want to sell you? What can we make bank on? So,
right.
um,
So like these K-Tel things, they would mix a
yeah,
couple, they would go over like "The Kid Is Hot Tonight," right? And then they
yeah,
mix it with some other song that wasn't maybe so great, or maybe it was
hmm
newer, and it was a way to kind of help promote. So you'd buy the album to get 3 or 4 songs, but then you'd also get 3 or 4 other songs, and you know,
Well,
it's all
fun
promotion.
fact, like
Yeah,
this is something that's going on to a certain degree today, with except it's kind of reversed now, because now it's the artists who are putting out later recorded versions that are re-recordings to the best like level of faithfulness of they can to the originals, but to which they own the whole rights, because it's
yeah,
their music, but the original mechanical recording is owned by the label. So I know we've had our gripes about like this isn't the original version, but you know, at least the artist is making more money on
yeah. And I've well, that's a whole other tangent. We
it.
don't, we
That's
don't need
right.
to go on that tangent,
Yeah,
but yeah, I just suffice it to say I've come around in some ways regarding the different variations and
yeah.
but not variations just for the sake of variation, right?
That's
Anyway,
right. Well, thanks for showing us that. Can you show us the cover
yeah,
again?
yeah. So this is the Dick Clark National Survey. Yeah, there you go.
That's
It
great.
comes in this nice thick record here that opens up, and you got all
Oh,
the
right.
the vinyls and
So it's like a
yeah.
self mailer as well. Like it's a good sturdy box that you can
Yeah, and
take
some poor
shipping in.
sap had to go through there and stamp the dates on all these things, right?
Was it you?
It was not me.
All right. Well,
So
that's
anyway,
that's
yeah.
badass, man. Thanks for showing us that.